Hi Dan, how are you?
I'm doing well, Vadim. How are you today?
Excellent. I wanted to ask you a few questions about you being a student at MATC. You graduated from MATC, right?
Yes, I did.
So tell us your story.
Well, quite a few years ago, I don't want to give away my age, but a while ago I used to work in manufacturing. And unfortunately, after the events of 9/11, a lot of technical manufacturing started drying up. And I always had the idea of going back to school. And once my daughters were of age to where I could leave, I didn't have to be home all the time, I decided to come back to school to get a second career. Manufacturing, as mentioned, was drying up. So I was looking around at MSOE, UWM, and a couple other institutions, and I found that coming to MATC was my best bet, at least to begin. The reason why I say that is because MATC in a technical field has a lot of hands-on programs, a lot of hands-on classes, and they're very lab-oriented, and I think that was giving me a leg up in my second career. I used my hands quite a bit. I was in the skilled trades the first time around, and I just thought that MATC offered the best of both worlds. It gave us the hypothetical and the theory behind the process, as well as the practical hands-on knowledge along with that.
So do you still, hands-on education is still valid today? Students can still
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely. I mean, when I went to UWM, I finished my academic career with UWM through graduate studies, and I had quite a few people I worked with that had the same bachelor's degree as I did from UWM. And it was really interesting to see the differences in skill set and knowledge. The students from UWM were very well versed in the theory or the understanding of how things work, but they always struggled trying to apply that from their mind to their hands. And I think that's one of the biggest pieces that's missing in the IT world. You need to have that hands-on experience. I mean, I can tell you how to program a PIX firewall, and you can read a book on how to do it, but until you hook up the computer and do it, you just don't get the full experience. So I found a lot of times, given more technical projects and larger projects I worked on with UWM, I was also employed there for quite some time, I had much more in-depth technical knowledge than a lot of other people that were within the project as team members.
So I know you had a pretty impressive career and you accomplished a lot as an IT professional. So tell just a little bit about where you are right now and how MATC being a starting point helped you to get from where you started to where you are today.
Sure. Well, MATC was definitely the first step towards my career, and I found out that once I was in school, I came back as an adult student, I really enjoyed it. The first time I went to school, I was 18, 19 years old, still had to get my wild oats out a little bit, so it didn't go so well, but when I came back as an adult learner, I really enjoyed the dynamic atmosphere, the exchange of ideas, the conversations. MATC, like I said, gave me that first step, and then I decided to go to UWM for my bachelor's degree, and then my master's, and then I was pursuing a PhD, and then I stopped. Because unfortunately in the IT field, that tends to kind of limit you career-wise. I wasn't prepared to be a professor yet. Maybe a few years from now I'll go full-time for professorship, but I still like the hands-on experience. So today I work with Wells Fargo. I have a very lucrative salary. I get a very nice bonus every year, and I'm just making money and experiences well beyond my wildest dreams, and it never would have happened if I hadn't started here.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations. This is so impressive. I hope it will inspire other students that look for the jobs and look for careers and help them consider MATC.
I hope they do as well. I mean, and it's a great place to start. I always tell my students in the first day of class, if you're wondering if you're in the right place, you are. I don't care what school you want to go to, where you want to finish your degree, there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting here and getting your first steps taken care of. With all the transfer agreements we have with all the other major universities, especially within the Wisconsin system, it's very hard to go wrong by beginning at MATC.
So one last question. There are a lot of people considering IT computer support program at MATC. What is one thing they should know about the program? Now you've been working here and working at Wells and Fargo. What should they know about MATC to help them make a decision to come and join us here?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of programs. IT, when I first got into it in the late 80s, I mean, it was a lot of if it had a wire, it was IT. That is just not the case anymore. I know my career has gone through quite a few different transformations. I've went from one area to another but my experiences has been the IT support program is the best way to get that first entry-level position. I also do hiring for Wells Fargo. Fargo right now. As a matter of fact, today I was doing phone screens for a contract position that we have, and very few people in those types of positions come in with just a general knowledge of IT. I know a lot of people think IT support, it's nothing. My 16-year-old neighbor knows more about IT support. If you want an example, ask them about group policy and see what they have to say about it. I guarantee you when you get a degree here, you'll know more than that 16-year-old neighbor does.
All right, thank you, Dan. Really
yeah, thank you,
appreciate your
Vadim.
time.
Appreciate it.